Shark Nation, what's good and welcome back. It's your boy IC3000 to be exact, and we are in episode 8 of season 3. And if you've seen the thumbnail, you already know what's going on, man. We are in the race for the playoffs. And last week, man, we faced off against Louisville. We got the dub, which we needed to get, and the road to the playoffs begins now. We got 4 games left in this season, and we are going to get through all 4 games this episode. So listen, man, get comfortable, buckle up. It's going to be a crazy ride, but listen, we're going to figure it out today. We're getting to the end of the season today. We're going to see where our playoff dreams lie. So look, man, as we take a look back at last week, trying to catch up on some scores, taking a look at Beaumont, looks like they faced off against Wake Forest, and they came out with a close victory right there, 29-28. So they're sitting at 3-5. And as we take a look at that game, that box score, it was actually a pretty good game, as you can see, man. Pretty even across the board. If we take a look at some of the stats, man, Joe Lovelady went absolutely crazy. 374, 3 touchdowns, threw 2 picks, but got the dub. It's really all you can ask for at the end of the day. Vincent did a halfway decent job on the ground, man, 74 yards. And then Higgins comes through with 119 yards. And we don't see Jared Glover's name in there. 2 receptions, 32 yards. It's kind of surprising from the big-time receiver. Would have loved to seen him get some more catches, some more touches. But hey, that's not our team. But speaking of being our team, man, if you want to be a part of this series, if you want to be a part of the Beaumont Black Panthers, recruiting is still open for the class of 2025. So let me know, man. Comment down below right now. Let me know your player name, build, etc. Man, we want to get you in this game. We want to have some fun. You already know how we get down, man. We're going to have a whole lot of fun on this channel. But listen, we have got to get down to business. This episode, this week, is all about the playoff race and the postseason. If we are lucky enough to even get there, we're looking at bowl projections and some possibilities. And right now, they got us in the Pop-Tarts Bowl against Cincinnati. And I'll be honest with you, a 3-5 Cincinnati is a matchup that we will take every day of the week. But like we said from the get, we are not here to make a bowl game. We want to get in this college football playoff, and we want to do it now. So listen, man, before we get into all of that, we do want to take a look back at our 2024 season goals, man. And we have actually accomplished some of the things on our list. And as you can see, man, we are finally on the map. The Seattle Blue Sharks are the number 20th ranked team in the nation, coming off a really good win last week, man. But now it's time to lock in. And our first opponent on this playoff race is going to be the Syracuse Orange, man. So we are at home, ready to protect home field, ready to protect Seattle and make our push for the playoffs. And so here we go, man. With this first kickoff, it's going to be credible, taking it out of the end zone, getting to the 16. And that is where this Blue Shark team is going to get their start and where everything comes down to the field. So here we go. Malone and company lined up in shotgun for the first possession of this game. And we're going to get Rush with a handoff to the right-hand side. Picks up 4 yards right there. Nice little gain to start this drive. So the Sharks are at the 20, 2nd and 6. And we're just going to see a play action right here. Almost had me fooled. We threw an interception right off the bat, and he's going to go all the way back to the house. And that is how our playoff push starts. A pick 6 from Clarence Lewis, 19-yard pick 6. I mean, Malone just absolutely did not see him sitting right there on that little out route. And it causes the Sharks a great deal of pain as we go down 7-0 early in this game, man. And Malone is still dropping back, trying to shake some of that early mistake rust off of him. But he can't do it right there. And so he's going to get sacked on 2nd down, which makes it 3rd and 23. We're on our own 8, and we've got Malone in shotgun again, dropping back to pass, looking for Billy Goat over the left-hand side. And Billy Goat comes up with the acrobatics. Check this man's birth certificate. He's way too old to be out there playing with them little kids, as he told the DB to get up. We haven't called Billy Goat's name in a while, but he definitely showed up right there at a big moment. The Blue Sharks really need to get some of that momentum back after a huge pick 6, and that right there will do it for you, getting all the way down to the 50. So here we go. We now see the Sharks on the 13, 1st and 10. About 4 minutes and 20 seconds left to go in this first quarter. Still down 7, looking to try and tie this game up as we find 7-11 Jackson over the middle for a nice game right there. 8-yard gain, getting the Sharks all the way down to the 5, knocking on the door, trying to go ahead and punch this thing in and tie this game up. And so here we go. We're going to stay in shotgun. Running backs to Malone's left and right. He's calling the shots at the line, trying to get his guys together. He's going to drop back to pass. He's got a decent amount of time. Rolling to the left. He's got some space. He actually got his receiver in 7-11 Jackson. And that right there is going to be the Blue Sharks' first touchdown of this game. To old, reliable, 7-11 always open, man. Finds himself in the corner of the end zone right there. Made a nice low grab touchdown catch right there. Getting the Sharks in a good position to go ahead and tie this thing up. And so we're looking pretty good. And now we're going to get a chance to see this Blue Shark defense come onto the field. They see We're highlighting LB States, who's had a good season thus far. We're going to need him to make some big plays in this one. And so here we go. On first down, they go with a handoff to the right, but he doesn't get much, as it's going to be 2nd and 9 on the 26. And so then we're going to see McCord is going to go on a read option, he gets all the way down to the 34, but took some damage as Swagate Jenkins came crashing down for the big hit on the quarterback right there. Got to protect that quarterback. But anyway, on 3rd and 1, they're going to go with a short pass to the right-hand side. And the receiver has found some space. He breaks a tackle, and now it's a foot race. And he's going to finally get caught all the way down at the 34. But that right there was a big chunk play on this drive. So here we go on the 34. It's 1st and 10. We're going to see another handoff, but it is going to be shut down. Hood came flying off that edge and was the first one to get to the running back and brought him down. So now Syracuse is going to line up for about a 45-yard field goal attempt, but it's blocked by Max Matrix. And we have seen this from Matrix before with the blocked field goal attempt, man. He just shoots right through the line, gets his hand on that football, man. Excellent play from 99 right there. And you can tell he knows just how important these games are, especially this first one right here at home. So here we go. The Sharks get the football back on the 46, and we're going to go with a handoff to Rush, who gets some room to move on the outside, picks up 5 on a nice little outside run right there. And so it's 2nd and 5 on the 49. About 2 minutes left to go in this first quarter. Tie ball game, but maybe not for long, as we see another interception. Go to number 6, and he is going back to the house for 6. Clarence Lewis with another interception, another pick 6, 45 yards. And right now, Malone has got to figure it out, because this cannot keep happening. So on the next Sharks drive, we see them open up with a pass on first down, just trying to get Malone more comfortable in this game. He almost takes a sack, and we're also going to get a holding call on Orlando Matthews. So we are not in good shape right now, as we see on 2nd and long, we get a minimal gain. So we're going to go ahead and move forward. And on 3rd and 2, we're going to try to figure it out through the air. And we do. And we find 7-Eleven Jackson again, who had all types of room to run down that left sideline, and gets all the way down to the 47, giving the Sharks a first down and moving them chains. So right now, Malone is finding some comfort, just dumping it down to his tight end and letting his tight end make some plays. So here we go on 1st and 10 on the 47. We're going to drop back to pass again. Malone in all types of trouble, and he's going to take a sack on that play. So it's now 3rd and long. Going to try to go through the air to Billy Goat, but can't quite make the connection. Just overthrew his speedster receiver. So in the next Syracuse possession, man, we see them get all the way down to the 8. It's 1st and goal, already up 14-7, trying to make it 21-7. But Beaumont is going to put a stop to that, at least for the moment, as he came up with a nice tackle behind the line of scrimmage. So we're going to see Syracuse go with a hurry up, still staying in that shotgun. And they're going to call an audible and move some things around. So we got 2 receivers to our left, tight end to the right, running back to McCord's right. He's going to call for a motion. Looks like it could be a jet sweep, but it's going to be a handoff up the middle. He's still running, fighting for yards. He's going to get all the way down to the 5. But that's going to be 3rd and goal for Syracuse. So can the Blue Sharks get a stop right here? It would be huge. So 3rd and goal on the 5. We see McCord drop back to pass, surveying the field, looking to his left. He's going to find a wide open receiver in the end zone for another touchdown. Syracuse goes up 21-7. And the Sharks have got to find a response as we get into the second quarter. They start with the ball on the 38, and what do you know? It's 7-11 Jackson once again over the middle. He's got 5 catches for 80 yards in this one so far. And the Sharks are going to pick up the tempo and try and catch the Syracuse defense off guard as we get to the 4-minute mark in the second quarter. And we see Malone looking to drop back to pass again. It was under all types of pressure, but he finds Benjamin, who makes the catch over the middle, turns it up and gets a little bit more, gets the Sharks all the way down to the 12. And they are going to continue with this tempo as it is working right now. So here we go. Malone's finding some good rhythm. He's going to pump fake. He's going to step up in the pocket, looking to scramble off to his left. And he's going to make his way into the end zone, just taking it upon himself to put his team back in the game. Although he did throw 2 pick sixes, he kind of owes his team. But anyway, a nice play right there from Malone. Just scrambling for that touchdown right there. Going to make it a 21-14 game with a good extra point late in this second quarter. And you love to see the freshman man just kind of taking the game into his own hands, really getting a good feel for the game now. We saw him get some good completions to his tight end and Benjamin. And then he puts all the pieces of the puzzle together and gets in the end zone. The score is now 21-14. 2 minutes and 56 seconds to go before halftime. And the Sharks are on defense trying to find a way to stop this Syracuse offense, as we see McCord going to go with a read option that goes for a first down and gets them down to the 40. It's the second time we've seen that. We've got to make sure we pay attention to the quarterback's ability to run as they go hurry up on this first down. So with that clock still ticking, we see him stay in shotgun. They're going to go with a play action. He's looking over the top to his tight end, and his tight end has got it and got room to run, and he finds another touchdown. With this game coming closer to halftime, the Sharks have got to find a way to figure it out. So on 2nd and 10, we see Malone step up in the pocket, finding Christian Bates over the middle, who's going to just run out of bounds, save his team a timeout, and move those chains. A very smart play right there from the freshman. And so here we go. We on 1st and 10. We're going to see another pass down the field. This time, it's going to go to Malik Austin. We know how dangerous he can be. He's going to get the Sharks all the way down to the 17. As the Shark faithful are loving that one right there. And a good sign is Malone is starting to find a rhythm. He threw 2 really bad interceptions early in this game, but is starting to pick up the pace and move this football down the field for this Blue Shark offense. They are down 2 scores, however, though. So this first down on the 17 inside the red zone is going to be pivotal. And speaking of pivotal, a big-time play from the Syracuse defense. Getting the sack on Malone, just couldn't find anywhere to go and took a loss of 10. So on 2nd and 20, man, on the 27, we're going to see Malone step up in the pocket, try to find a way of escape, but can't. And is going to get only a yard right there, preventing a loss, but also another negative play right there, which we just don't love to see. And then to make matters worse, we get a false start, taking us back even further. So on 3rd and 24, this is a must-have right here before halftime. We're going to look over the right-hand side, and I think that was Bates who came down with the tiptoe catch. And so the tiny but fast receiver, Christian Bates, is making somewhat of a statement in this game. And then we see the handoff go to Rush, who's going to fight for his way to get to the end zone. Touchdown, Blue Sharks, and we trim that lead down to a 1-score game. Listen, we've had our struggles in this first half, but it's one thing we know this team is going to do is fight. They are going to continue to fight. We now have a 1-score game on our hands with 48 seconds left to go before halftime. The Sharks on defense trying to find a stop, and we see McCord just going to dump it down to a receiver over the middle, taking what he can get, but that is going to do it, and that's going to take us into halftime, man. So the Sharks are down 1 score at half, 28-21, Syracuse up, and the Sharks are climbing back in this one, just trying to get it figured out and get that lead back. All that matters is that we get a win, and we are on our way, man. So here we go. Getting ready for the second half in this game. One thing we do want to definitely cut out are those turnovers, man. We know Malone threw 2 really bad pick-6 interceptions, which is honestly a big reason why Syracuse is even in this game, although their quarterback has started to heat up, but so has ours. So as we get into the second half, man, we're going to start with Syracuse getting the ball on the 28. It's going to be 3rd and 7. This is a big down right here for the Blue Sharks, and we see number 98, Big Jimbo Valentine, come up with the huge sack on the quarterback. I'm talking timely plays. Jimbo Valentine, who was injured much of the beginning of this season, man, he's come back fresh and ready to ball. As you can see, he just was not going to be denied, man. And that's actually his 2nd sack on the day. We love to see it, man. So the Sharks are going to get the football back, and we're going to catch up with them on the 24, 2nd and 15, as we go with a quick screen out to Malik Austin. He's got a whole lot of space on that left-hand side, and he's finally going to get drugged down at the 50. So that is a good sign, man, to get that guy involved. And as you can see, man, he has had quite the season, eclipsing 1,000 yards on the season, man. I mean, just an absolute refreshing player for this Blue Shark team. And mind you, this kid is only a freshman, so we've got a lot more time to see number 4 make big-time plays like we just saw right there. But anyway, man, we're going to go and catch up with the Sharks on the 38. It's still 1st and 10, continuing this drive. And this time, we are going to find 7-11 Jackson. And what did I tell you? That man is always open. 7-11 Jackson gets into the end zone for the tying touchdown. The Sharks are at home and find themselves with a whole lot of momentum going into the end of this 3rd quarter, man. Tie game 28-28. And like I said, man, 7-11 Jackson, number 11. He's been doing this all season, if we're being honest. Just a matchup nightmare. And I'm telling you, he's faster than he looks. Making his way into the end zone, man, getting the Sharks to tie this game up at 28. And so here we go, man. It's going to be a 3rd and 7 for Syracuse with 3 minutes, 48 seconds to go in the 3rd. They're going to go with a handoff up the middle, and that running back is dancing all over our logo, but he's going to finally be brought down. He's going to be brought down short of the line to gain, so the Sharks find a way to make a stop in this 3rd quarter tie ball game. It's going to be 4th and 4, and you love to see it, man. When we need a play, the Sharks are just finding ways to make plays. And so here we go. We get the ball back, but find ourselves on a 3rd and 7 on the 27. We're going to put the ball in the hands of our quarterback, who is hot right now. He's going to find Rush on a little screen to the right-hand side. He doesn't get the first down. 4th and inches, but if you know anything about Coach Hughes, you already know what time it is. We're going with the QB sneak with our big-time quarterback. First down, but then we find ourselves in 2nd and 20 on the 30-man. So with no time, pocket collapsing, we see another dot. Talking about drop it in a bucket, over-the-shoulder catch from Billy Goat, number 5, making a big-time play, getting these Sharks the lead. And like we said before, man, Goat was in that Heisman race. We would have loved to see him become a finalist, but he's kind of worked his way off that list. Had a couple quiet games, but like I said, big-time players making big-time, timely plays. Goat comes up with a huge grab right there. The Sharks go up 34-28. And our quarterback, Malone, is feeling really good. That was kind of a wobbler, but hey, it got there. But anyway, man, we are up now 35-28 with 6 minutes and 50 seconds to go in this 4th quarter. Sharks at home, feeling good, trying to hold on to this lead. And so on 2nd and 12, we're going to see Syracuse go with a screen to the left-hand side. Their running back's going to break a tackle and come near to the first down marker, just short right there. So they get down to the 26, and that's going to make it 3rd and 4. They're going to go with some tempo. They seem to like the shotgun formation, and to be honest, their quarterback is having a pretty good game, so they're going to go with him again. He's going to find a receiver to his left who was wide open, but it hits the back of his jersey, incomplete. And so on 4th down, they're going to go for it again, but there was Crossley Jr. right there to make the play. And this guy right here has been on fire as of late. Great play right there from the linebacker, getting the Sharks the ball back. And so here we go on 1st and 10. We got Malone dropping back, looking over the right-hand side. Bates has got a whole lot of speed. Bates has got room to run, and Bates is in the end zone. Number 15, Christian Bates, an absolute burner. We told you he's small in size, but you do not want to get in a foot race with this dude right here. I'm telling you, he's got to run like a 4.1. Unofficial, of course. But listen, man, number 15 officially gets into the end zone for the Blue Sharks, man, giving us a 2-score lead in this game, and we're feeling really good now. I feel like our quarterback has kind of shooken the mistakes, and we are now firing on all cylinders. Defense getting stops, offense making plays. And so here we go in this 4th quarter with 5 minutes to go, 2nd and 8. Speaking of making plays, Kyle McCord finds his tight end, who's getting all the way down to the 6 before he's finally brought down by Jenkins. And so here we go. Sharks going to have to lock in once again as we see a handoff go to the outside and get all the way down to the 1. And so Syracuse is knocking on the door, and they're going to go ahead and open it up and find their receiver in the end zone for a touchdown, making this a closer game than we would like. Would have loved to keep that a 2-score game, but they're going to actually stay aggressive and go for 2 on this one. So here we go. They're going to go with a handoff to the running back, who's going to go ahead and convert, fought his way into that end zone. As we can see, the Syracuse Orange mascot getting jiggy, loving it. Don't want to see too much more of that on our field, so we're going to have to respond quickly and swiftly and with force. So here we go. Malone is going to just keep airing it out, and he might as well, because he's finding Billy Goat down the sideline all by himself again. Number 5 for 6 again. Listen, Shark Faithful, Shark Nation, this is what you come to see. Billy Goat reminding you why his last name is Goat. Syracuse, honestly, they have got to really not care. Leaving that man in a one-on-one matchup is a death wish, and he is gonna kill you every single time. But we love it, and we love to match energy as we go for the 2-point conversion on this next play. Just as a little tip of the cap. They want to go for 2, we'll go for 2. If you want to play that game, we will play that game. Scores 50-36. Sharks up at home. 5 minutes left to go in this 4th quarter. Sharks back on defense. McCord and company trying to go down and make this a manageable game. As we see play action, but he might have played himself playing with Nehemiah Hood like that. Number 90 comes up with a huge tackle in the backfield. Loss of 8 right there. Nehemiah Hood, absolute dog coming off that left edge. And listen, he stood no chance. And we would love to see more of that coming from Nehemiah Hood. This is a big-time playmaker. But anyway, later in this drive, man, we would see them get all the way down to the 19. And on 3rd down and 12, Kyle McCord dots us up. Touchdown to number 4. And although the Sharks still have the lead in this game, we don't want to take anything for granted. It's a 43-50 game, only up by 1 touchdown. So we catch up with the Sharks back on offense, converting on a nice 3rd down right there. And with Syracuse having no more timeouts, man, we are going to line up in victory formation. Not going to take any more chances. We're going to be okay with a 7-point lead and a 7-point victory. The Sharks walk away with a good win at home, securing the first win out of the last 4. And listen, the road to the playoffs is not going to be pretty. It's not always going to be easy, but we got to get the job done. 646 yards, 6 touchdowns from our quarterback. I mean, astounding numbers. But anyway, man, we are going to go ahead and catch up with this Blue Shark schedule, man. We are now 7-2, and we won the first game. So listen, job's not done. Job is not done. We got a lot more to do, and up next is SMU. See what I did there? But before we get there, man, we're going to go ahead and check in with the top 25 rankings because we just won, and you know what that means. We should be moving up. We were sitting at that 20 spot, walked away with a really tough win against a halfway decent team in Syracuse, man. So we are now sitting at the number 14 spot, and the Sharks done cracked the top 15 in the nation. And let me tell you, it's scary hours. We're not stopping there. We are definitely not stopping there. Coming up, man, we got number 12 SMU. You already know this is going to be a good game. You see them up there 2 spots ahead of us. And hey, if you know anything about Seattle, man, you know we don't take getting looked down at by anybody. So we are coming for the dub. But anyway, man, we're going to take a look at conference standings, man. And we're actually sitting pretty decent at that number 3 spot. Sitting at 7-2 behind Clemson and Miami. We definitely still have aspirations to get a conference championship, and it might still be possible. We're just going to have to see how things shake out. But anyway, we check in with Beaumont. They're actually sitting at 5-5, and we see they're struggling a little bit, struggling just a little bit. But hey, that's what happens with a first-time program. But anyway, man, we're looking at bowl projections, and we are slated for the Boca Raton Bowl. But like I said, bowl games is not our focus. We are focused on these playoffs, and right now, we got a job to do. And it starts with going through SMU. See what I did there again? But anyway, enough of the bad jokes. It is time for bad business, and we are ready to get to the field. Shark Nation, you already know what time it is. It is game time. Your Seattle Blue Sharks are on the road against the SMU Mustangs, and this is going to be a good one. The number 12 team against the number 14 team late in the season. You already know how much this game is going to mean. You know what it means for us, and you know what it's got to mean to them. But hey, at the end of the day, somebody's going to walk away a winner. Somebody's going to walk away a loser. We are not in the business of taking L. So here we go. The kickoff goes up, and Kylan Crossley, number 2, is ready to return it, looking for some space up the middle. Going to get brought down at the 16, and that is where your Seattle Blue Sharks are going to take the field behind the arm of their freshman Xavier Malone, number 12, ISO 12. Here we go. First possession starting on the 16. And we're going to go in shotgun. Going to go with a handoff to Tay Ray, who's going to cut up the field and fight for 8 right there. So that is definitely how we want to start this game. Punching him right in the mouth with the run game, getting 8 yards right there. So 2nd and 2, we're going to go through the air. And that one's going to be batted down. Nice read right there by the linebacker. Looking for 7-11 Jackson. You know what type of time he's on. But anyway, man, on 3rd and 2, going to stay on the ground and actually lose 2 right there. So SMU makes the first statement in this game, stopping the Sharks right there. And we're just going to have to punt this thing away as we get a look at some impact players on this game. So here we go, man. Stone is taking the field with his offense, and they are right on the 49. And they're going to go with a handoff first play, but he is going to be met by Beaumont in the middle. And he did not lose that one. Told that young man to go lift some weights, and it's now 2nd and 8. They try to go on the ground again and pick up nothing. So very quickly, they find themselves in the 3rd and long, trying to convert. So they're going through the air, and he's running out of time. Jimbo Valentine's all over him, and he's just going to have to throw this one out of bounds. And the Sharks are going to get the football right back, and they find themselves on the 3rd down conversion yet again. But this time he is going to find Austin over on the left sideline. Made a nice catch and converted for the Sharks. And so here we go. The Sharks trying to find some rhythm on offense and get this thing rolling. Nice pass right there by Malone. Just dropped back, set his feet, found his receiver, and moved the chains. So here we go. On the 37, it's going to be 1st and 10. Malone's going to drive back to pass again. He's under pressure, but he finds Austin, who is able to cut upfield and get another 1st down. So you love to see that right there. The Sharks are starting to cook, and Malone is finding yet another receiver who puts a dirty juke move on the defender. But for as great as that play was, the drive would stall out, and the Sharks will have to settle for 3 on the foot of Zayden Upright. Gets the Sharks on the board first. So the Sharks go up 3-0. And the SMU Mustangs take the field again at home, trying to respond. But instead of a response, they throw a pick to Erickson Rodriguez-Diaz, who's gotten to find some space down the left-hand sideline. It is a foot race to the end zone, and he is diving for the pylon, but gets pushed out at the 1. And that is what you want to see from this Sharks defense. Just an excellent read and reaction from the sophomore right there. And the Sharks have excellent field position as we're lined up on the 1. And then we see Tay Ray just punch it in right there for a touchdown. Deuce going into the end zone, doing a little dance in Dallas. And that's what you want to see right there. The Sharks take a 9-0 lead. And with a good extra point, we take it to 10-0. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in this first quarter. And Stone and company are looking for answers, but they are not going to find them because Nehemiah Hood is right there. And that is exactly what we want to see from our guy coming off the left edge. Man, this defense is firing on all cylinders. And just as we give a compliment to the defense, we see Shannon get absolutely embarrassed. Touchdown SMU. Stone found his receiver on the left-hand side, and receiver just did the rest of the work. Dancing in the end zone, getting this game closer to being even. Score is now 10-7, and we find the Sharks offense on the 22, 1st and 10, going with a handoff to Tay Ray, who's got some speed and some power, getting all the way down to the 39 and moving the chains for the Sharks. And so we get our momentum right back on that one, and we go with a quick dump screen to the left to Austin, who kills the safety and slides down to the 39. And the Mustangs better lace them up tight because the Blue Sharks are putting people on skates. So here we go, man. On the 41, we see 2nd and 11, and we're going down the field to Billy Goat, who's going to make the reception and get the first down. So the Sharks are moving the chain. So then we see him on 2nd and 7 on the 13. Going to find Bates on the right-hand side, who's going to fight for some yards and get all the way down to the 1. But the drive will end up stalling a bit as we're on the 4. It's 3rd and goal now. Malone and shotgun, Tay Ray to his left. 2 tight ends set on the left-hand side. He's going to drop back the pass. Looking on the right-hand side for 7-11 Jackson. And he is going to slide into the end zone with another touchdown. 7-11 strikes again, giving the Sharks a further lead in this one, man. Trying to go up 10. 7-11 Jackson, just time and time again. Just being that safety valve for his freshman quarterback, man. Love to see it. So here we go. Stone and these SMU Mustangs are on the 29. 5 minutes and 50 seconds to go before halftime. Sharks up 17-7. 10-point ball game. Here we have a handoff to the right-hand side, but Nehemiah Hood is right there on the job. 2 tackles for loss and a sack so far. Nehemiah Hood going crazy. And they're going to go hurry up on this 3rd and 11 on the 24. So here we go. We see Stone drop back to pass. Survey NFL got some time. Looking to his right, and he is going to find Crossley Jr. Big Tank in the building. Big time interception from 21. And I told you, this kid has really started to heat up lately, man. We know he was a transfer, but we didn't know he was like this. The linebacker comes up with a huge interception, man. Kennard Crossley, the sophomore. What a play. Getting that foot down inbounds as well, man. Very athletic play from the linebacker right there. You love to see it. And the Sharks get the ball back on the 41, man. And so we're going to see this drive get all the way down to the 19, where we are going to find Billy Goat in the back of the end zone again, doing his dance and making Seattle proud. SMU doesn't love it, but we do. Sharks go up 24-7, man, and on the next possession, SMU would not be able to do anything with it until we get the ball back on offense, and Malone throws another pick. And SMU gets the ball right back. So 2 minutes and 47 seconds left to go before half. 24-7 ball game, and Dallas, or SMU rather, have the ball again. Looking at Dallas on their shirts, but the team in blue, the Mustangs, are going back down the field trying to make this game a close game because the Sharks are looking to run away with it as they go with a run to the left. It goes for a negative gain. So here we go. They're just going to try and feed that run game, which has not worked out well for them so far. This time going through the air, they're going to find their receiver, who's going to find the end zone. LB stays and covers right there. Not sure what happened or why he was so wide open, but I'm sure the Mustangs love that. So we are now getting to the good part of the game, man. It's a 24-14 game. A minute 44 seconds left to go in the second quarter, man. The Sharks couldn't do anything with it on offense, and so we see SMU get the ball right back. But this time we're going to see Jimbo Valentine blow up the middle of that line and come down with a sack. So 2nd and 18, ball on the 48. And here we go. Stone's dropping back to pass. He's going to step up in the pocket, looking for a receiver. We got a receiver, and the receiver got another touchdown. The Sharks secondary right now is looking like they want to give this game away, and I need them to tighten up. So here we go, man. The Sharks get the ball back on offense. And on 2nd and 10, Malone is going to get sacked and fumble. It's going to be picked up by the linebacker and taken to the house. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves a football game. SMU marches back to take the lead, 28-24. And then on the next possession, Sharks can't do anything with it, so they get the ball right back, march down the field, and are going to add 3 more before halftime. So in the game that we were feeling really good in, feeling really confident, man, we ended up making some big mistakes right before half, which was not good because SMU would get the ball back right after halftime, but we would make a huge play. LB States comes up with the interception, trying to make up for the big touchdown he gave up earlier. States coming away with a huge play right there. And I know he gave up a touchdown earlier, but do not make the mistake of sleeping on number 3. He will ruin your day. LB States, we already know what time it is when it comes to number 3. You targeted him once, that's on you. Target him twice, he walks away with the pick. So we get the ball back, and on the next play, looking to air it out to 7-11 Jackson in the back of the end zone, but can't find him. Too much mustard on that one from Malone. So on 3rd and 4, we're under pressure. Malone scrambling to his left, trying to find anybody. Can't find anybody in white. We find somebody in blue, and he is going to run all the way down to the 25. Malone barely made the tackle, saving another touchdown. And the Sharks are in trouble. The Sharks are in deep water as the Mustangs go down and score another touchdown. 38-24 ball game. 4 minutes and 50 seconds to go in this one. Malone's got to air it out, looking for Benjamin down the sideline. Number 6 got the ball to the 10 and into the end zone. We haven't seen that much from Benjamin so far this season, but man, we needed that one. Absolutely had to have it. And it's really good to see some of these young players starting to emerge later in the season, man. So here we have it, 38-31, SMU up, and they are still driving, getting down to the 16 after a nice pass from Stone. 3 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter. SMU is going with some tempo now on the 16, 1st and 10, looking for the sideline, trying to get the call in. Clock still ticking, so here we go. Out of shotgun, Stone's dropping back to pass. He's looking to the left, and he's going to get picked off again. That's King Triton, who's got some speed down the sideline, trying to cut back and make something happen. But 24 makes a huge play. These Blue Sharks DBs are on one right now, and we love it. So here we go, man. Sharks back on offense on the 24, going with a jet sweep to the left-hand side. Bates is going to try to use his speed and get around that corner. He gets the first down to the 40 and walks out of bounds at the 43. Great play right there from the young guy. And here we have it on the 30, trying to go through the air on that 2nd and 8. Can't find anybody, so on 3rd and 8, we're going to go back through the air, and Malone is looking over the right-hand side to his guy, Bates again, who comes away with another touchdown in this one, throwing up that Heisman pose. And now we have a tie ball game, 38-38 late in the 3rd. And it's getting good. It is getting good. Both teams 7-2. Number 12 team and number 14 team in the nation facing off. And here we have Stone trying to do everything he can to get his team to move forward, man. They're trying to get to the playoffs as well. As you can see, the top 25 rankings, man. He dots us up again for another touchdown. SMU takes the lead. It's a 1-score lead. So now this Blue Shark offense has the football again. Malone has got to get it done for his team again. As we stand through the air, dropping back to pass. He's under pressure. Would have loved for him to just get rid of that football, but he couldn't. And so we give the ball back to SMU, and they march down the field. And on 1st and 10 on the 13, they throw another pick to States. This time, States has got all types of space, and he's trying to outrun number 4. It's a foot race. I'm running out of breath, and he's running out of field. And he runs out at the 35. But, man, I told you, stop playing with this man's name. That is LB States over there. You might as well stop throwing it. Interception number 2 from number 3. And, man, we needed it. Getting late into crunch time in this game. And so here we have it. The Sharks on offense, 3rd and 2. And Malone is going to find his guy, Billy Goat, in the end zone, giving the Blue Sharks a chance to tie this game up late in the 4th, man. 5 minutes left to go, trying to make it a 45-45 game. We get the extra point, and it is now tied. And this is a good game, folks. We are on fire. Speaking of on fire, Stone is continuing to dot up our secondary, and now they've got the run game going with a good game right there. So then on 1st and 10 on the 25, Stone finds himself under pressure, but stays cool, calm, and collected. Throws a dot over the middle, and his receiver gets down to the 6. And then on 2nd and goal, the running back will just waltz right into the end zone, diving over the power man. SMU goes up 7, and the Sharks have got to try to play catch up, and we're running out of time here. So here we go. Malone is dropping back to pass, and he's going to look over the left-hand side. Finds 7-11 Jackson, who gets a nice block from Billy Goat. Chip block and gets all the way down to the 29. 7-11 Jackson with the much-needed big-time play right there. So then on 2nd and 7, trying to find Tay Ray out of the backfield. We're going to lose yards there. So with 2 minutes, 30 seconds left to go in this game. 3rd and 10 on the 29. Malone in shotgun. Rush to his right. He's going to take the snap, looking for over the left-hand side. He's going to find his receiver in Goat. Goat's going to miss, make one man miss, and then get down at the 13. And so here we go. The Sharks are trying to move fast as we go with a handoff to Rush up the middle, who's fighting for yards, gets 5 on that one. And so now we find the Sharks on the 6-yard line, 3rd and 3, going with a quick screen to the left-hand side, and that is Austin, who dives for the pylon and gets in to potentially tie this game up. What a play from Austin, just leaving it out there on the field. There is no tomorrow. We do not have any games to lose, and he knows that and just did what it takes to get into the end zone, man. You absolutely love to see this type of effort from this team. And so here we go. Speaking of effort, we need all the effort we can get on defense right here. Stone dropping back to pass, staying in that pocket, but he's going to go down as Nehemiah Hood and big-time T Country got there for the sack, man. So it's now 2nd and 20. And this is an interesting situation because that clock is still running, and all they need is a field goal to win. Don't want to let that happen. So on 3rd and 20, we got to make a play right here. Definitely don't want to let them convert, as they're just going to go with a handoff and try to milk that clock. But we're going to go ahead and take a timeout. And so here we go. 52-52. We get the ball back with 55 seconds. Malone alone in the backfield, calling the audible. He thinks he likes what he sees from the defense. Is going to drop back to pass. Surveying, looking over the top, looking for Bates. Bates has got the step. Bates has got the touchdown. And that could be the game right there. Big time play from the little man Bates. This guy is throwing up to be electric. Christian Bates is having himself one heck of a game. Tyreek Hill-esque, if I might. The little guy makes the big play, and man, oh man, we needed it. Coming up clutch in the 4th, man, giving the Sharks a chance to win this game, man, and continue the streak. An absolute dot from our quarterback, man. I mean, he just put it right in the bucket, man. Like I said, dropped it in the bucket. 15 just ran right under it, ran right into the end zone, and the Sharks are looking to take this lead and take this game home. So the extra point is up, and it's good. The Sharks are now up 7, and like that, we got ourselves a ball game. We just got to hold on. So here we go. Stone and company are going to start off in shotgun, looking to the left. He finds this guy, and he's going to get all the way down to about the 46. So we're going to see SMU take another timeout, trying to preserve that clock. And on the next play, we're going to see Beaumont get the pick over the middle of the field. And with that pick, he also claims the game. The Sharks are going to go ahead and secure this victory on the road, man, against the number 12 team in the nation. Taking down the SMU Mustangs, and you know it's just gonna leave a sour taste in their mouth as we take the knee right here and start to celebrate this victory. We are one step closer to making the playoffs and seeing how far we can get this season, man. This Seattle team has been tough, but we got a lot more to go. We got more games to go. And so that was 2 of 4. We love to see it, man. Checking that game off of the list. And you can also see we're also checking things off of our season goals list, man. We're going to go and check off the glass half full, man. We are already at the point where we're going to finish with a record better than 500. And we're also definitely going to finish ahead of Beaumont University in the conference, man. We saw they were kind of some down there at the bottom. And we're going to go ahead and check that one off as well. But we will just miss the ACC Conference Championship, man. That one's going to go to Miami and Clemson. But anyway, we got our own things to worry about. We got our own games to worry about. Speaking of things to worry about, we are facing off against North Carolina at home, man, and they're starting off hot. Throwing an absolute dot for a touchdown, getting the game started. And we're going to jump right back into the game with the Seattle offense, man, trying to respond after that good touchdown. And we see Billy Goat coming down with the Timmy two-time toe tap on the left-hand side. Shark faithful love that one. So anyway, man, we see Malone drop back to pass again. He's going to step up in the pocket. A nice little move right there. Make something out of nothing on 3rd and long. Couldn't get there. So it's going to be 4th and 6. And you already know Coach Hughes is going to go for this, man. This game means everything. We got to have it. And so on 4th down, man, we are going to find Malik Austin on the right-hand side. He's going to pick up that 1st down and keep this drive alive for the Blue Sharks. And so here we go, man. We find ourselves in another 4th down situation on the 41. But this time, Malone is not going to be able to work his magic and get us out of that one. So we turn the ball over, and we see North Carolina with the ball on the 30. And they go play action. And he's going to find a receiver wide open, and then he turns upfield, dives in the end zone. And just like that, the Sharks are down 14-0 at home, finding ourselves in a predicament right now. And the Blue Sharks are at home. Number one, we got to protect home field, man. We got to get it together and get it together now. So we find the Sharks on the 9-yard line, man, having a pretty good drive. 1st and goal. Malone's going to drop back to pass. Scramble to his left. He's going to find Billy Goat on a nice little 3-yard play right there. So that's going to make it 2nd and goal. Ball on the 6. And we get a motion from Austin, who's got some speed, and he is definitely not going to be caught and walks right into the end zone, getting the Sharks on the board for the first time in this game, man. And this is what we needed to see. Hey, just get the ball into the hands of some playmakers and let them do what they was born to do. And number 4 was born to score touchdowns. I'm going to just tell you that much right now. But anyway, man, we catch up back in this game, man, and we see North Carolina on the 8. They're going to go and throw an absolute strike to number 8, his 2nd touchdown in this game, man. And they are going to up the score to 20 on these Sharks, man. But before they do that, we're going to take a look at that touchdown because it was rather close on the sideline. And he does look like he gets 2 feet in there. So the Sharks are down 14, trying to muster up a response for halftime. And we go to Rush on the right-hand side, who puts a spin move on a defender and get all the way down to the 3. Great move right there by Rush. And we're on the 3-yard line. So Malone's going to pass this one. He's going to find Tay Ray, who's going to break a tackle and walks into the end zone and let the Shark faithful know he is here. Tay Ray gives the Sharks their 2nd touchdown in this game, and we cut the lead down to 7. 1:40 to go in this 2nd quarter, man. And we're going to see North Carolina just step up, make a pass to number 8 again, but this time he's stripped by Swagate Jenkins. Saw he was being loose with the football and just peanut punched it right out. Sharks get the football back on the 46 and have a chance to tie this game before halftime. Hey, this is the type of stuff we need. It's Swagate Jenkins with the on-time play right there. Number 9 on number 8. Number 9 won that one right there. So here we go, man. The Sharks are going to get the football back, and hopefully Malone can lead this offense to some more points and get this Blue Shark team back in the game before halftime, man. So here we go. The Sharks would march down, but they would not be able to score, man. And it's going to have to settle for a field goal, which is good from Zayden Upright, but we do have some laundry on the field. And we get a roughing the kicker, which may have just bailed us out. Looks like we're going to get another shot. And so on 3rd and goal on the 3, hey, man, like I said, just get the ball into the hands of playmakers. Number 4 goes into the end zone for touchdown number 2. Malik Austin saying, Seattle, I just can't hear y'all. We need to hear y'all make some more noise. We got ourselves a game. And there we have it, man. We see that play again. Number 4, Malik Austin. Very dangerous out of that quick screen, might I add, man. He is just so fast. But speaking of so fast, we catch up later in this game, man. 2nd and 3. We see North Carolina's quarterback find his receiver, number 8 again. I got to figure out these guys' names. But anyway, man, they throw a strike and convert right there. Moving the chains, but this time might have got ahead of himself because I told you number 3 is like that, and he is going to be like that in the end zone, taking this thing for 61 yards back to the crib. That is LB Stakes letting you know how he gets down. Number 3, a.k.a. States Island, a.k.a. Don't Throw His Way, a.k.a. You made the mistake already. Puts the Sharks up 7 in this game right before half, so there's a huge swing in momentum. And here we go. We see the Tar Heels is going to continue to air it out. And my gosh, he was just absolutely open down the field. Not a shark within 15 yards of them. And they're going to go ahead and tie this game right back up. So at halftime, man, the score is 28-28. Big plays on both sides of the football, man. The Sharks trying to outlast these Tar Heels, but they are putting up a good fight. But we have had some big-time plays, especially from the cornerback, LB States and Malik Austin, man. 3 and 4 going crazy in this game. But we might need just a little bit more from them to pull out the win. So here we go, man. We jump back into the action in the second half, and we got Malone scrambling, finding Tay Ray for a short game right there. It's going to make it 4th and 8. So we rely on the foot of Zayden Upright, who's going to kick this straight through the uprights and give the Sharks a 3-point lead in this game, 31-28. But we got the Tar Heels knocking right on the door yet again on the 19-yard line, going through the air, finding his receiver, and finding another touchdown. We are getting absolutely shredded. Aside from the pick six, this Tar Heel offense has absolutely been tearing us up through the air. We got to figure that out. But anyway, it's the Sharks' turn, and we're going to see Malone just step up, weave through the pocket, and find his way past the first down marker. He went to slide, but he's going to fumble my football. We do have a flag on the play, but it is going to be holding. We don't get bailed out this time, and that's going to be a turnover. And we'll see North Carolina is going to capitalize on that, man. They get all the way down to the 1, and they are just going to punch it into the end zone and take the lead in this game. So here we go, man. Malone back on offense, trying to make up for the mistakes that he just made with that fumble. He's going to find Bates on the left-hand side, throws an absolute strike. So here we go. 1st and 10 on the 43. Malone with time. He's going to scramble off to the left. He's just going to take off. He's 6'5", 225, and he can run. Going to get to the 30 and just get out of bounds. Smart play right there from the quarterback. Hey, he saw a whole lot of grass and just decided to take off, and it works out. So now the Sharks are on the 29. Airing out again to Billy Go, who's going to go up top. Tried to go top shelf right there, but couldn't come down with the catch. So we see on 1st and 10 on the 16 now, Malone is going to continue to get the job done with his legs. Going to go all the way for a first down. And they're going to give us a little bit more on the end of that one. Unnecessary roughness on our quarterback. You got to chill. That's 12 right there. You can't hit him like that. He's already out of bounds. But anyway, man, we get a look at that top 25. Still at the number 12 spot, but we are now on the 3, and we are going to find 15 for a touchdown. Christian Bates gets into the end zone off the quick screen, and a good drive right there from the Sharks. Coming out with a big response, man, and going and trying to get this to a field goal game, man. So we're going for 2, trying to make this game a 3-point game. We don't convert right there, and so it is 42-37, and we're going to see North Carolina's quarterback just take off and scramble for 9 right there. So we are now in the 4th quarter, and we need big plays, and we get one from King Triton. Comes away with the pick. Quarterback never saw him sitting right there. Just sat down in coverage and waited for him to make the mistake, and he did. And our freshman King Triton comes away with his first interception on the day, but we know he is no stranger to making big-time plays, man. So the Sharks get the football back on the 10, and we see they've got it to 2nd and goal. We're going to go with another quick screen to the right-hand side, and that has worked well for us as we find ourselves with another touchdown. This time it's our tight end, 7'11" Jackson, flexing in the back of the end zone, and we got ourselves a game. It is 43-42. We're going to go ahead and go for another 2-point conversion right here. Try to make this a 3-point game. And so here we go. Malone lined up in shotgun. Tay Ray to his left. Billy Goat spread out wide to the left-hand side. Oh, my God. Pause. But anyway, we get right back to the action. And it's Malone looking for Jackson, who is just too strong to be brought down. And we convert that 2-point conversion right there, giving us a good 3-point lead. So now North Carolina is going to take the field on offense again. But this time he's getting picked off again. That is Derrickson Rodriguez Diaz coming away with the pick and a Timmy toe tap on the sideline. An excellent play right there when we needed it late in this game. We have a 3-point lead, and we might be able to manage this clock and walk away with the much needed dub, man. You can see just had him absolutely covered. I don't know why he threw that. It was never open. It was never going to be open. But anyway, on 2nd and 4 on the 26, we find none other than Billy Goat in the back of the end zone for a Seattle Blue Shark touchdown. How many times have we seen that? Telling them it might be over and time to go night-night. Sharks got a 10-point lead, but it is not over yet. North Carolina would throw a strike to the tight end, making this a 3-point game. So you can see everything matters. All plays are important, especially this one. But we see an onside kick, and it's going to be recovered by Bates, who's going to go down and walk away with the win for his team. Sharks win 49-52, and we keep our playoff hopes alive. So taking a look at the schedule now, man, we are 9-2 and feeling really good, man. We're on a 4-game win streak, and we got one more game left in the regular season. But before we get there, man, if you are enjoying this video, man, if you are ready to see the last game of the season, go ahead and hit that sub button for me, because it's time for some action. Last game at home against Pitt. They open up with a huge run from the quarterback, getting all the way down to the 34, man. Gonna go and try to air it out over the middle. Gonna be brought down by Crossley. So right out of the gate, man, Pitt is coming out strong, trying to tarnish this Blue Sharks season. We made our way all the way up to the number 8 team in the nation, but we got to finish out strong. And speaking of finishing out strong, we see King Triton. I told you he was a bad man. King Triton comes up with the huge interception when it looked like Pitt was going to have a whole lot of momentum, maybe a field goal at the end of that drive, but he shuts it down. And so we see this Sharks offense where we see Malone in the backfield, pump faking and throwing touchdowns. Touchdown right there to Jay Dean. It's the first time we've seen him this season, but he comes away with a touchdown in the last game of the season. And hey, we'll take it. So the Sharks go up 7-0. So we see Pitt back on offense on the 30, trying to make their mark. 3rd and 6, he finds a receiver over the middle who's trying to get to the end zone. He fumbles in the end zone, but then it's recovered by the Panthers for a touchdown. And just when you thought the Sharks might have made a huge stop right there, tables just don't turn in our favor. Pitt gets their first touchdown in this game. Fluke play, if you ask me, but hey, points are points, and it's a tie ball game. And we are in the second quarter. So here we go, man. The Sharks offense takes the field again. We are on the 30, and Russ is going to take the handoff and get a gain of 3 right there. So here we go, 2nd and 7. We get Malone dropping back to pass. Got some good time in the pocket, looking over the middle, finds Bates. Bates is off to the races, and Bates is going to score. What an incredible play from the freshman. And you can see the celebration is perfect. They're just too small out here. Rocking the baby, scoring touchdowns. 15 is doing it all. So Pitt takes the field back on offense. We see it's a 3rd and 11 on the 43. Looking over the middle, which he's had much success so far in this game, and he's going to convert that 3rd down. So he's hurrying up and getting his team back to the line. Ball on the 29, about a minute left to go before halftime. Looking over the left-hand side, he's going to find his receiver. Makes a tough catch over King Triton right there. And the Panthers continue to move this football, trying to take the lead right before half. So on 2nd and 10, Holstein's going to drop back the pass. Looks over the right and gets his receiver in the end zone. An absolute strike to Reynolds right there. And like I said, they tried to go and take the lead right before half, and they do, but they left a little bit of cheese on the clock, and they left too much time for number 5 because he is in the end zone again. Billy Goat down the sideline, just absolutely too fast, too furious. That was terrible. But anyway, man, the Sharks take the lead right back with a huge play from Malone to Billy Goat. And this is the perfect time for the Blue Sharks to hit their stride. And you can see Billy Goat hitting his stride right there. Like I said, he just way too fast. Way too fast. Never going to catch him. But anyway, man, the Sharks go up 21-17. 16 seconds left to go before halftime. Still got some time to go, and we got to make sure we make the play. And we do, as we see Dean gets the pick, and now he's working his way down the field, breaks a tackle, and is finally brought down at the 48. And that was what we wanted to see to close out the half. Offense scoring points and defense creating turnovers. Love to see it. So here we go, man. We jump into the second half where we see Pitt is lined up for about a 50-yard field goal attempt, and it is good. So they narrow this lead down to just 1 point. And we see the Sharks get back on offense. Malone pump faking and finding Austin on the right-hand side. So now they're looking at 2nd and 4 on the 41. And they're going to go with a little screen off to Austin, which, you know, this can be dangerous. He's going to make a man look foolish and touch earth. Go down to the 28 and picks up a first down for the Sharks. And then on the next play, Malone's going to find Billy Goat on the left-hand side for a Blue Sharks touchdown. Say his name 3 times and he shall appear. Billy Goat again for the tutty. So the Blue Sharks now have an 8-point lead at home late in this third quarter. Holstein's going to go with a play action, but then he is going to be dragged down. Jamal Carter just knifing his way into that backfield, coming up with the big-time sack, making it 3rd and 16 for this Pitt Panther offense. Holstein's got all types of time as he drops back to pass. He's just going to use his feet and scramble, and he throws a man down. I think that was Shannon right there. Got put to the turf, picks up a first down for his team, and makes some highlights while doing it. So he gets all the way down to the 36. And this Pitt Panther team is going to try to go tempo as they go with another play action. Holstein's got all types of time, but he had too much because now he threw another interception. And Rodriguez Diaz is trying to find his way, trying to get some space, tried to take that one back to the crib. But hey, we will take the interception. Derrickson Rodriguez Diaz coming up with the big time interception, giving the Sharks the football back and trying to add to this 8-point lead and add to these playoff hopes. So here we go. Sharks are going to start with the ball on the 21. 2nd and 3, looking for none other than Billy Goat in the back of the end zone. Touchdown Sharks. They add another touchdown to this lead, and they are starting to celebrate. Billy Goat's feeling good. That's touchdown number 3. I told you, say his name 3 times and he shall appear. Billy Goat making this case for the Heisman. But apparently so is Holstein as he throws another dot. The Pitt Panthers go down and score on this Blue Shark defense. So now we get another chance to look at the Blue Sharks on offense. And hey, why not? Just throw it up to number 5. And he's going to get his 4th touchdown in this game, almost making it look too easy. However, Pitt would come back in this game crazy and end up tying this game 42-42. But the Sharks would have the last laugh, man. We had the ball in the red zone, under a minute left to go in the 4th quarter. We forced Pitt to burn their last timeout. We're inside the 4. And we're going to go ahead and try to burn this clock down and take a knee and leave it up to our kicker, man. So with this game, feeling like it's pretty much in the bag, the Blue Sharks have their eyes set on this playoff race, and we'll see where we end up landing. Kick is up. The kick is good. The Sharks take the lead with only about 50 seconds left to go in this game. We got to tee up because that is enough time to put a drive together as Holstein finds his receiver Reynolds on the left-hand side, picks up quite a few and is dragged down before he can get out of bounds. So they're going to go hurry up. And I'm going to imagine they're going to just try to spike this ball and stop the clock. And they do just that. So it's 2nd and 10 on the 42, 44 seconds left to go. Holstein has got nowhere to go. He's going to get brought down by Max Matrix, which is huge in this game. They have no timeout, so they're going to try to scramble to get back to the line. That clock is still ticking. 30 seconds left to go in this game. The Sharks holding on to a slim lead. And so here we go. Holstein's dropping back in shotgun. Drop back in the pocket. He's going to find his receiver. Safety valve is going to get brought down before the line of gain and kept in bounds. So this clock is still ticking. It's 4th and 6. We are down to 15 seconds. They are trying to get to the line, trying to get a play called, and we are just going to send everybody back to the end zone. They're looking over to the right-hand side. They're going to pick up the first down. 6 seconds still left on this clock. The clock does stop. This is college. So they're going to try to hurry and get to the line. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and they get the snap off and get the spike. The clock does not run out. I am amazed. They have a second left on this clock, and they're going to try to line this up. We're going to go with a timeout and try to ice this kicker. This is about a 60-yarder right here. The kick is up, and the kick is good, and this game is going to overtime. Can you believe it? We thought we had this game well in hand, but Pitt found a way to make it competitive, man, and fought back in this game. 45-45 as we get into overtime, man. And so Pitt will start with the ball first, and he's going to find his receiver on the right-hand side. A nice strike right there, getting down to the 7. And so on 1st and goal, ball on the 7. He's going to look over the middle for Reynolds. Reynolds is going to make the nice catch, and the ball is now on the 1. So 2nd and goal on the 1. They're lined up in I formation. Going to go with a toss to the right-hand side, trying to find some space. Cannot find anywhere to go, and stopped in the backfield right there. Loss of 1. So it's now 3rd and goal on the 2-yard line. Can the Sharks get one more stop? They're going to go with a handoff to the right-hand side, and that is LB States coming up huge with a tackle in the backfield, forcing the Pitt Panthers to go with a field goal in overtime and giving the Sharks a chance, and not only that, they missed the field goal wide right. So it is now up to the Sharks. It's Malone, and this offense can go down and score. This game could be over, and we see Rush wants it bad. Right up the middle, he runs for a first down, getting the Sharks down to the 14. And this game feels like it's all but in hand. Just cannot have any mistakes right here. So Malone's going to drop back the pass, and he's going to find 11 Jackson for the game. The Sharks walk away with a slim overtime victory against the Pitt Panthers at home. It's pandemonium in Seattle right now. The Sharks finish off the season on a 5-game win streak, taking our record to 10-2. And now it's up to the playoff committee. We've done our job. I think we proved our point. We did all we can do. And speaking of doing all you can do, man, Malone, 497 through the air with 7 touchdowns. Unreal numbers, but we needed every single one of them. Speaking of, we see Bates right there, who had some big plays in this one, but man, honestly, the player of the game really should have went to that guy right there. Billy Goat had a phenomenal 4-touchdown game, but more importantly, the Sharks walk away with the win, man. And after that game, we are getting some honors. Rodriguez Diaz with 1 interception, 5 tackles, had himself one heck of a game. And then we see our guy, number 5, Billy Goat, getting the player of the week. 4 receptions, 179 yards, 197 yards, and 4 touchdowns for the junior, man. It was absolutely a great show-out game for him. Really trying to make his case for the Heisman once again, man. He's also going to get a National Offensive Player of the Week honor, man, from that last Week 14 game. So listen, like I said, man, the Sharks, we laid it out all on the table. We did what needed to be done. We won out. So now we see where our playoff hopes live. The Sharks go 10-2, man. We make our way all the way up to the number 4 spot in the nation. And listen, we should surely have a seat in that college football playoff. But you never know, man. Like I said, the ACC championship was going to be played between Miami and Clemson. But if we're being honest, man, that is none of our concern. We have got our eyes set on bigger goals. We are trying to get into the playoff, and we want a chance to compete for a natty. Before we do that, man, we got to give some recognition, man. We got some end of the season awards, man. Best defensive player of the year goes to Max Matrix, man. You already know Max Matrix had one heck of a season. He's also going to walk away with the best defensive end of the year award, man. 11 sacks, 16 tackles, 21 tackles for loss. They don't even include the blocked field goals. I mean, the list goes on and on. But moving on, man. Best receiver of the year goes to Billy Goat. And I mean, this should not be a surprise. The man put up 20 touchdowns in one season. And then we see our guy, 7-11 Jackson, walking away with some hardware, man. Best tight end on the season, man. 12 tutties, over 1,000 yards at the tight end position, and he's only a sophomore. Gots to love that, man. I'm telling you, we're just racking up the trophies. Best defensive back goes to LB States. The man has 6 picks, 34 tackles, and 2 of those went all the way back to the crib. Love to see that from States, man. It's been shut down all year long. And Max Matrix walking away with another trophy. He's going to win the Lombardi. And, man, his trophy case is going to be looking absolutely beautiful after this. But, hey, it is well-deserved, man. And speaking of well-deserved, Shark Nation, we got our chance. We make the college football playoff, man, and we will be seeing Oklahoma State. And let me tell you, man, this has been a long season, but it's been well worth the wait. The Sharks are going to the playoffs. Out of all the things and adversities that we had to go through with last season, the NCAA bans, the player loss, the coach firings, the new team, the new conference, doesn't matter. We got our chance. Shark Nation, stand up. We got our shot in the college football playoff, man. Like I said, we're going to be playing Oklahoma State. They came in 11-2 at the end of the season, man, and we are super excited, man. I can't even describe it. But look, that is going to do it for this episode. And next episode, we are getting into the playoffs officially. So make sure you tune in, man. And like I always say, if you enjoyed the video today, man, go ahead and drop a like and subscribe to the channel today. And remember, a little bit every day goes a long way. So once you take that first step, don't look back. I'm IC3, 3000 to be exact. I hope I see you guys in the next one. And if I don't, well, then go ahead and run this one back.